What's up, everyone? Welcome back to King Anime Review, and for this video I'll be reviewing chapter 72 and 73 of Boruto Naruto Next Generations. Now chapter 72 started off with Shikamaru talking to Kawaki, basically asking him like why else did Amato give you the karma seal other than to help you? It seems like there was another reason. Kawaki said he wasn't aware of any other reason, even though he was wondering. It seemed like he was wondering the same thing. And yeah, they were talking about Amato. Kawaki thought Amato was dead, but then Shikamaru got informed of a call, and then he started talking to Amato on the phone. Amato pretty much explained to him everything that happened between him and Code and Eida and Deamon. He explained to him the situation. He explained to him that Eida and Deamon is coming back to the Hidden Leaf with him because Eida accepted Shikamaru's proposal, his offer, and obviously Deamon has to come because you can't expect Eida to leave her little brother. So Shikamaru basically, accepted it, and he said he's gonna have a lot more questions for Amato when he gets back to the village. And yeah, so then we also got Boruto basically telling his mom that he's going on a mission. He said Team 7 haven't had missions ever since. It seemed like they haven't been having missions lately ever since the whole karma seal situation. I'm guessing it was after after he died, and they haven't been having missions since then. So yeah, he told his mom that. His mom started crying and stuff, and she was basically saying like she feels like every time he leaves is a chance that he might not come back, based on what she's most likely basing on what happened last time, and she's obviously very aware that he died. I wonder if he told her the same story that he told Sarda and Miski, or if she actually knows that Kawaki killed him. But I don't know. Maybe they talked about that in a previous chapter, but I don't remember seeing the scene where she learned that Kawaki killed him. So maybe Hinata's not aware of that. Maybe she just got the same story that Sarda and Miski got from Boruto. But anyways, then Boruto started to talk to Momoshiki, and it seems like what happens with the Momoshiki thing, every time he talks to Boruto, it's not inside his psyche like how it was with Naruto and the Nine Tails, where they were communicating inside Naruto's psyche. It seems like Momoshiki actually literally appears in the real world, but only Boruto can see him, and Kawaki and Sasuke seemingly. Well, Sasuke can seemingly sense him based on chapter 73, but Kawaki can clearly see him, and Boruto can clearly see him. Maybe Kawaki can see him because he's Otsutsuki. I'm assuming that's the reason. That's the reason they can see him, or at least sense him. And Sasuke, it might be because Sasuke still has superhuman chakra / superhuman strength. That might be the reason he's able to sense Momoshiki. I think it was some people confused about that, but I think, and people, they seem to think that Sasuke and Naruto were, it seems like some people think that they were almost like, equally nerfed. But I keep telling people, I was telling people a while ago that Naruto lost his superhuman strength and chakra, which that was obviously stated by Sakura and Kurama. But Sasuke never lost his superhuman strength or chakra. He's still Otsutsuki level. He lost his Rinnegan, which means he lost a lot of hacks, but he's still Otsutsuki level. He was even capable of fighting King Shiki without really using his Rinnegan until the end of the fight. So he's still Otsutsuki level. He can still keep up with Otsutsukis. He's still superhuman, beyond superhuman strength and chakra. He's still beyond that, because he was equal to Naruto in terms of chakra and everything else. He was equal to Naruto, really. And that was literally stated in the data books that they were pretty much equal at the start of Boruto, and they're Kurama and Susanoo confused together and stuff. They were pretty much equal in terms of chakra. Sasuke still has that level of chakra, and he still have that high tier Otsutsuki level of chakra and strength. So I'm assuming that's the reason why he can sense Momoshiki. Also, you got to keep in mind that Sasuke is able to sense into other dimensions. Like he can sense through dimensions. Like he was literally sensing Naruto's chakra when Naruto got kidnapped by Momoshiki in the tuning exam / the Boruto Naruto the movie. Sasuke was telling, I think he told Boruto or the Kage, he said, Naruto's not dead, I can sense his chakra. So Sasuke can literally sense chakra through other dimensions. So he has way better sensory capabilities. He's way more skilled when it comes to sensing chakra than Naruto. I know some people, I've seen some people trying to say that Naruto should be better at sensing chakra than Sasuke, and some people was trying to make it seem like it didn't make sense that Sasuke could sense Momoshiki and Naruto couldn't in chapter 73. But no, Sasuke, ever since he got the Rinnegan, pretty much, he's always had superior sensory capabilities than Naruto. At least in Boruto, he's clearly shown the ability to sense chakra through dimensions. And that's the Otsutsuki dimension he was sensing chakra. Like he was sensing Naruto's chakra and Otsutsuki dimension. So if he can sense chakra from Otsutsuki dimensions, then most likely he can still sense Aotsutsuki chakra even without the Rinnegan. Because, like, you know, he was saying that he can sense chakra. He can sense chakra through, like, he sensed Naruto's chakra, you know, after Momoshiki kidnapped him in the Chunin exams. He sensed Naruto's chakra in Momoshiki's dimension, which is a Aotsutsuki dimension. So the logical, and obviously he didn't need the Rinnegan for that, unless you think he can just see through dimensions with his Rinnegan, like how Boruto was doing with the Jogan in the anime. But I doubt that's the case. I think he can just naturally sense chakra. Sasuke's a sensory, I'm pretty sure he's a sensory ninja at this point. So I don't think he needs the Rinnegan to sense chakra, and he can obviously sense chakra through dimensions. Now, anyways, yeah, so getting back to what happened in chapter 72, the whole thing with Boruto and Momoshiki, like I said, it seemed like Momoshiki, he actually, instead of him just talking to Boruto and Boruto's psyche, like how Naruto was doing with the Nine Tails, they were communicating basically in Naruto's psyche, like in Naruto's mind, they were communicating with each other. But in Momoshiki's case, he basically literally appears in the real world, but only a select few people, high-tier people, can sense him. Mainly, basically high-tier Aotsutsuki level people are the only ones who are seemingly able to sense him. So he was talking to Momoshiki. Momoshiki was saying, like, how long are you going to cling on to your miserable existence, even though you know that, you know, you're going to despair in the future? And Boruto was basically, you know, arguing with Momoshiki, basically saying, no, you're the one who's going to despair. You know, why are you still hanging around, even though you can't resurrect through me and whatever? And Momoshiki was basically saying, you know, once you despair, because he was basically saying it's rapidly approaching the time that he was talking about when he told Boruto that you're going to lose everything and you're going to despair. He said that time is rapidly approaching. And yeah, once that happens, he's going to take over. He claims that he's going to take over Boruto's consciousness, and Boruto can just, you know, cower away in a corner of his psyche and for all eternity. Now, this is very interesting. The thing that I find very interesting about this is because he said for all eternity. So he's basically implying that Boruto is going to live forever. Now, we know that Boruto is 100% Aotsutsuki because the karma seal fully, you know, it fully dissolved into his body or whatever. It fully, like, the data, the Aotsutsuki data was fully extracted into his body via the karma seal. So he is 100% Aotsutsuki now, which is very weird because he doesn't look exactly like Momoshiki. It is kind of weird that he is technically 100% Aotsutsuki, yet he doesn't look anything like Momoshiki at all. That is a little bit weird. Maybe it's just a thing where my whole theory about it right now is I think it's just that Boruto, although he does have 100% Aotsutsuki chakra, strength, and DNA, it didn't affect it didn't affect his outwardly appearance. Even though internally he's 100% Aotsutsuki, it didn't affect his outwardly appearance. That's my theory on that. And my theory for why that's the case is, well, I already gave you the reason for it, but another thing is, I think that the main reason why this is done is because obviously Ikimono and Kishimono are not going to change the way Boruto look and make him look like Momoshiki they're obviously not going to do that for a ton of different reasons. It'll probably freak a lot of people out, a lot of the characters out in the Hidden Leaf Village. Plus, it just wouldn't be that good for promoting the series, like having Boruto look like Momoshiki all the time. But anyway, so it is very interesting that Momoshiki basically implied that Boruto is going to live forever. And since Boruto is technically 100% Aotsutsuki, I wonder if that's the case. Like, I wonder if he's never going to die. Maybe he still might have to eat those pills because we've seen that Momoshiki and King Shiki, they were traveling to different planets and eating the fruit of the Ten Tails fruit. And, you know, they were trying to do that. I think they were doing that to basically extend their lives and, you know, preserve their immortality. But I don't think... Basically, what I think is maybe Boruto's kind of like immortal. Anyways, Boruto was like, yeah, he was just yelling at Momoshiki and telling him to go away and stuff. And he said he's gonna, you know, he's gonna control his own fate and all that. And then Sarda and Mitsuki walked up to him outside his house. Then they ran off to go on their mission. At the end of chapter 72, Code basically, he used his claw marks to create a bunch of it seemed like he condensed the Ten Tails and then shrunk them, or like condensed them and then split them up into clones. Now, I think this is very smart because he's using his claw marks to do it. And I'm pretty sure it was stated that his claw marks are infused with his chakra. Therefore, he's infusing these Ten Tails clones with his own chakra via the claw marks. And his chakra, and he should be around Jigen levels or stronger than Jigen without his limiters off. So that's going to make these Ten Tail clones a lot stronger than any Ten Tail clones I think we've seen ever. Like, I thought about, you know, the Ten Tail clones in the 4th grade Ninja War. Those were pretty weak. But since these clones, number one, this is a different Ten Tails. And number two, they're infused with Code's chakra via the claw marks. I think these are going to be very, very strong clones. And also, I think it's more so the case like when it comes to condensing stuff. Like I'm thinking of this like how Boruto's Rasengan is in the anime. His super condensed Rasengan is actually stronger, despite the fact that it's a small Rasengan. It's actually stronger than his normal Rasengan, and the reasoning for that is because he condensed the power. So I'm thinking that since Code condensed the power, technically these Ten Tails are actually going to be just as strong as the regular Ten Tails. Well, actually not just as strong, stronger than the regular Ten Tails, because just like how Boruto condensed his Rasengan and made it stronger, Code condensed his Ten Tails. He condensed the Ten Tails and split it up into clones. So, and plus they're going to get an extra boost from Code's claw marks, giving, like I already said, I'm pretty sure Code's claw marks is infused with its chakra. So I'm thinking these Ten Tail clones are going to be way stronger than the regular Ten Tails. And I'm assuming they might be at least around 6 paths Obito and 6 paths Madara levels. I think these Ten Tail clones are going to be extremely strong, and I'm actually very happy that Kishimoto decided to do this, because I was complaining in my last chapter review about how weak Code is as a villain. And I was basically saying that Kishimoto is going to have to rectify that somehow, because Code stands no chance against Eida. But this is genius what Kishimoto did right here, because giving Code this power. And also, getting back to the condensing thing real quick, notice the difference between like having a small Rasengan, like how Naruto, he made, like when Naruto had the super big Rasengans, those were actually stronger than his regular Rasengan. But, that's only because he never condensed his regular Rasengan. But if he condensed his regular Rasengan like Boruto, he could actually make his Rasengan, his regular Rasengan, he could actually increase the power of his Rasengan. And I don't know if, maybe it's probably debatable if Boruto's condensed Rasengan is stronger than like the super huge Rasengans. But yeah, that's the thing right there. So it's not, size doesn't necessarily equate to strength necessarily, because you can condense the power or something. Now, getting back to how this is genius, what Kishimoto is doing here. Like I said, I was complaining in my chapter 71 review about, Code not being that threatening as a villain and how he's pretty much useless. He's going to be useless against Eida and stuff. The fact that Code did this is very smart for Code. And Code, I already talked about, like, there's a couple of problems I have with him. I'm pretty sure I talked about this in previous videos. I think we need a little bit more of a logical explanation for why he worships Dao Suzuki. That's my only gripe with him. Maybe in the anime they'll add in a little bit more backstory or a little bit more detail and depth as to why he worships Dao Suzuki, despite the fact that Jigen kidnapped him and put the karma seal on him and stuff like that. Maybe he was a part of Boruto's Code or something. I don't know. Maybe the anime might expand on that. But I think if they do expand on that, they can make Code a great S tier villain. But one thing I can't take away from Code is this guy is extremely smart. We seen it when he was fighting Kawaki. And like how he made that split second decision to get Deamon in order to reflect Kawaki's, attack and not take damage from it. So he's very smart. And he showed that again in chapter 72 with, deciding to use the Ten Tails and condense it into these clones with his claw marks. That was a very smart decision. And the reason I say that is because think about it. Aida's ability, we already know Code. We already know Daemon's weakness. I'm pretty sure it was stated that he has to be touching his opponent in order for his ability to work. The ability where he, reflects the damage on or whatever his opponent's attack is or whatever, if it has killer intent. So I think Code can get around that. But also, when it comes to Eida, the main thing about Eida is Aotsutsuki, so her ability, she enchants everyone who looks at her pretty much. Everyone who looks at her gets enchanted. They fall in love with her or whatever, they get enchanted or something like that. So and that basically makes them a slave to her, they're going to want to do everything they can to help her and protect her and stuff. Now, Code is basically under that spell. He can't beat Aida's ability. He can't beat that ability from Eida because he's not Aotsutsuki. However, since the Ten Tails are basically they're part of the Aotsutsuki clan somewhat. In some sense, they're kind of like a part of the Aotsutsuki clan. I don't know if they qualify as Aotsutsuki exactly, but if you look at it, Madara and Obito did gain 6 paths level powers like the truth-seeking orbs and stuff like that, which only Aotsutsuki have. Madara and Obito did get those abilities when they absorbed the Ten Tails. So the Ten Tails, I think, is kind of I think it will have the same effect on I think they would negate Aida's abilities just like Aotsutsuki would. I think they will be basically, I think they'll be, they won't be affected by Aida's ability. The Ten Tail clones, I don't think they'll be affected by Aida's abilities, just like how, the Aotsutsuki are not affected by Aida's abilities. So that's the case with that. And that's why I think it's a very genius thing what Code is doing, because he can use this to basically actually fight Eida and kill Eida, because Eida is his biggest threat right now because he can't get past that ability that she has. Now, anyway, so that's the case with that. Now, moving on to chapter 73. Now, the majority of chapter 73 was just Shikamaru explaining to Team 7 what their mission is. And he was explaining that, like, basically, and by the way, I don't know if Kawaki is technically a part of Team 7 in the manga. In the anime, he is technically a part of Team 7. He's technically already a ninja. But in chapter 72, Shikamaru I think he basically summoned Team 7, including Kawaki. So I don't know if he's necessarily a part of Team 7 in the manga, but he doesn't wear the Hidden Leaf Village headband. So I think that's kind of strange. Also, going back to chapter 72, you know, Himawari mentioned to her mom, she asked her mom, like, will you worry about me if I became a ninja? Because she was thinking about becoming a ninja as well to help out Boruto. So maybe she's not a ninja yet. Maybe she's still in the academy. In the anime, we know she's in the academy already. But anyways, getting to chapter 73. So pretty much the majority of the chapter was just, you know, Shikamaru explaining the situation to Team 7 that were asking questions and stuff. He's pretty much explaining to them that, you know, that Eida's coming to the Hidden Leaf Village. He explained her abilities, Eida's abilities, and he basically informed Boruto and Kawaki that they're going to be on a mission, that they're going to have to live with Eida, and their mission is pretty much kind of like to guard her and stuff, but also they got to be real nice to her because of her ability and how threatening she is to the Hidden Leaf Village. And you know, and since basically any guards or any other guards would be useless because they would fall under her spell. But that's not the case with Boruto and Kawaki. So that's pretty much what their mission is. They got to live with Eida, and they got to pretty much watch over her and stuff. And Shikamaru also strongly encourages that they be very nice to her because of how threatening she is. And yeah, Kawaki, and well, also I thought it was kind of strange that Shikamaru basically fully told Kawaki that Eida has a crush on him. Shikamaru basically fully told Kawaki that. I was thinking that since Eida wanted her love to be natural and not influenced by anything, that's the whole reason why she wants to go after either Kawaki or Boruto. She mainly wants to go after Kawaki, and that's because her abilities won't work on Kawaki. So I thought it was kind of strange that Shikamaru, you know, informed Kawaki that she does have a crush on him, because I thought Eida wanted a natural romance, and I don't think that she would have wanted Kawaki to act nice to her or to act like he likes her romantically so she don't, you know, harm the village. But maybe that's not going to be a problem. I don't know. But also, Sumire seemingly understood why Eida would want, you know, she seemingly understood Eida's, you know, why Eida would want what she wants, pretty much, as far as wanting to get love naturally. And because I think it was some character was questioning, I think it was either Kawaki or Boruto, that were questioning why would Eida want to go for why would she only want to go for people whose ability doesn't work on her, because she can have anybody else she wants in a romantic sense. She can be in a relationship with anyone else she wants. So I think one of the characters was questioning why would she go after one of the few characters who she can't get love with. I mean, who is not guaranteed for her to get in a romantic relationship with. And Sumire pretty much understood that she wants natural love, pretty much. Eida was listening to the entire conversation and stuff like that. And obviously, like I already said, Shikamaru explained all of Eida's abilities to them. And yeah, chapter 73 was pretty much just dialogue heavy. I'm pretty sure that's everything that happened in that chapter. But yeah, overall, both chapters were fantastic. Great artwork. And I love what Kishimoto did with Code. I think he's basically rectifying the problem that I was talking about in my chapter 71 review about how Code isn't a threatening villain. So yeah, that stuff was great. And all of the dialogue was great. The build up to the future events is great. I wonder how it's going to be with Boruto and Eida living with Kawaki. I don't know if they're going to get their own separate apartment, or if Aida's going to be living at the Uzumaki house, or if they're going to get their own separate place to live with Eida. That's kind of, I don't know. I think it's going to be extremely interesting. I think we're going to get at least 2 or 3 chapters showing them living together. And I don't have a problem with that at all. I can wait for the Code attack on the Hidden Leaf Village. It seems like Code is going to come to the Hidden Leaf Village and attack. I can wait for that. I do want to see, I'm very interested in seeing how these interactions are between Kawaki, Boruto, and Eida. Anyways, yeah, overall, chapter 72 of Naruto Next Generations, as well as chapter 73, were amazing, phenomenal 10 out of 10 chapters. I really enjoyed them, and I'm looking forward to the next one. If you guys like this video, please drop a like. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and clicking that channel notification bell to be notified on any future videos that I might do. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.